These are the games people are playing the most right now on the Oculus Quest 2. Number 5. Blade and Sorcery Nomad. With over 24,000 reviews, a 4.3 rating, and only $20, this medieval combat simulator is going to take you back with ragdoll physics and have you killing all kinds of enemies and are unleashing your inner psychopath. This is a must-own game on the Quest, and there's a reason it shows up as the most popular. It's a reason that a lot of people get into VR, were exposed to VR and other YouTube videos. And if you mod this game, you get a lightsaber in your hand, you're going to take it to a whole nother level and change the game. Blade and Sorcery is a top 10 game for me. Number 4. VR Chat. One of the most popular free social apps, VR Chat lets you enter any fantasy really you have. There is old game simulators that you can go in. You can go back to the Zelda Ocarina of Time and walk around Hyrule Field. You can fly around in spaceships now. There's a version of Among Us in this game that was wildly popular, especially before Among Us VR came out on Quest 2. At a price of free for all of that, it still has about a 3.9 rating with over 18,000 ratings. Of course, being a social app, there are all kinds of people you're going to run into in characters, good or bad, but VR Chat is definitely something to check out. Even if you stay in private rooms and just see some of the creations people have made, they are absolutely stunning. Number 3. Rec Room. Another VR social app. Rec Room is similar to VR Chat in that you can get in, meet all kinds of people, but it has a lot of games programmed in and games that were made by creators that can actually make money off of those games they've created. Paintball to laser tag to charades. There's all kinds of different things to do in Rec Room. I highly recommend if you find a group of people that want to play it with you, stick with them, private lobbies. You can have all kinds of fun in this, but just like other social apps, it's got about a 4.2. It gets held back by the communities that you run into or the people that are just screaming in lobbies, especially as Rec Room also attracts a younger crowd as it's compared to Roblox. But with a bunch of people your own age, it can be an absolute blast.
What is this? What is this, Will?
Bad one. I was like, why am I doing this after I thought about it?
Number 2, Beat Saber. Of course, Beat Saber is number 2. One of the most well-known VR games of all time. It's shown up all kinds of places, late night talk shows.
We're about to compete in a virtual reality game called Beat Saber.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Now here's how. We have the Kool-Aid Man in the audience. Oh yeah!
Of course, if you haven't heard of Beat Saber by some means, you get a lightsaber in each hand, all kinds of music you're listening to, and you are slashing and slicing blocks to the beat of these amazing songs. With over 46,000 ratings and about a 4.6 rating, Beat Saber is well worth the $30 you're going to pay for it. You will pay a lot more if you buy song packs directly from Beat Saber, but there is custom song options and tons of tutorials out there of how to get them on the Quest, or especially easy on the PC if you're playing that way. Beat Saber is the game I've spent the most time in VR. Honorable mention. We had to give an honorable mention to Epic Roller Coasters for almost making this list. With a 3.2 rating, I've got to imagine this is because so many people got new Quest 2s for the holidays, and one of the most fun things to do is to get a roller coaster simulator, put your friend in it, see how bad you can scare them, make them sick, whatever you're trying to do. I don't always recommend that for people new to VR. I don't want to turn people off from VR. But it is really fun, especially if you have a friend who says, oh, I would never think that's real. That's never going to cause me to react in any way.
Oh my God, no!
Roller coasters are a good way to do it. Epic Roller Coasters is free. They do have additional roller coasters you can pay for, $2.99 a piece, or you can bundle them up and buy them for a higher price. It's one of the options for roller coasters out there. We've got a lot of them, but this one is well known enough to make the list. Number 1. Gorilla Tag. Are you surprised that most people in VR right now are playing Gorilla Tag? It is the most reviewed game with now almost 53,000 reviews. It's also free. It appeals to a very huge audience, much of which is very young age, but a lot of people that got Quest 2 this holiday, there was like almost 750,000 people actually playing this game on Christmas Day. Most played game right now. With that all said, what do you think? What are your top games that you think you'd like to see on this list? Especially any hidden gems that you think are great, but just aren't well known enough. I'd love to know in the comments section. Thank you for coming out, and I will see you in another reality.